Hello and welcome. I'm Arithix, and this week I have a couple of apologies to make first. First, I need to apologise for not putting out a video last week. Unfortunately, I underestimated how much work it was going to take to get my cosplay ready in time, and also how tired and late I would get back on the Friday. So I apologise for not making a video there. Things happen, and sometimes we get a bit busy, or things take longer than we expect. But I do apologise for that. And the other thing is I apologize for this not being the con video that I spoke about. I'll be honest with you, I was quite disappointed with the overall presence of Lego at the event. There was no big Lego displays or anything like that, as there has been in the past, and the stalls were quite minimal. Didn't manage to find too many minifigures. I only managed to get one Marvel villain for the display. They did have some of the big figs, but they were of questionable condition. Yeah, so there isn't really too much to say from Comicon. But let's try and make up for that with this one's going to be quite a big one. There's lots of stuff that I talk about in this, and we'll start with the things that I actually did do last week live. So just a few things that I've been working on this week. So I prototyped some street details. Starting off with just a standard road sign. It's just one of the rods, and then cone piece at the bottom. It's just on this at the moment, just so that it can sit there. I can figure out where I want to put this. Obviously, it'll go near the crossing, but on what stud. So that will be the basis for most road signs. Sorry about the paint on my hands. I've been just getting ready for a con with painting cosplay stuff. And then for a street lamp, I came up with this design. So it's got the 3 cylinder pieces on the bottom, then a cone, and then a stick connected to another stick by a Technic pin, and then a claw piece that goes into the rod. The 1x1 with the bar to be attached, then curve piece 1x3. I kept the solar panels from the road set, just really like those, and they make sense. And then the glow-in-the-dark piece is what I'm currently using for the lamp. I think it looks pretty good. I did try using these pieces to try and make the bottom cylinder. Just they're sort of based on the sort of street lamps that I'm familiar with. So that we have this big cylinder on the bottom that's a bit chunkier than the rest of it, and it's got a little door, and that's where you access the electricals. But this is not sturdy enough at all. It wobbles and just generally doesn't sit straight, so that weighs out. If anybody has any other ideas on how to accomplish a more coherent circle, then by all means, but that's how tall I kind of need it to be. I think it looks pretty good overall. It accomplishes what I need it to do. Also didn't use the lightsaber piece here just because I think it's a little bit too detailed and it might make the bar look a little too busy, where it is just supposed to be one really long bar. So that's why I've used the Technic pin. I don't know if that counts as an illegal technique. It seems pretty simple to me. I just don't see it used a lot, so maybe it's illegal, who knows. And then it's got the street sign for the speed limit here, which is something around my area at least. I see road signs often attached to street lamps so that they don't take up too much room, or I guess take advantage of the fact that there's already a post here. Why not put the road sign on it? So yeah, that's my street lamp. And then finally my traffic light. So I've used the street lamp base. I don't know if you can get that in dark grey. If you can't, I might have to think of something else, but that's what I've used for this example. And then one of these little tap pieces, hose pieces. I mean, they're used for all kinds of things. And then a cone, another one of those rods goes up into a cylinder connected to another bar piece, the one that's usually used for posing flying minifigures, just in light grey. An ingot on top, 2 of these little connectors, one with a hook, one with a bar, to connect to the 1x1 with the little nozzle coming out of it to have these hanging traffic lights. It's sort of based off, I used a picture of New York's traffic lights just because I've always liked that aesthetic, and I've got a New York taxi down there, and these big city buildings. So I just think that's the one that I've decided to use for this. And to accomplish this, I've just this bendy bit, which I saw on a lot of New York City traffic lights, was a piece of flex tube, and then one of these hook pieces again at the bottom, connected to that tap piece. One of the sort of robot hand claws going through this stud, and just hold it, and then you bend the flex tubing into shape, and I think you get an overall quite a nice looking traffic light. So once I can get all of these pieces in the same color, I think we'll have a pretty solid design for our traffic light. We only need this one at the moment because it's triple-sided, which covers the T-junction down there. This I will attach something to it to sort of represent the crosswalk button, the pushed cross button that links to this traffic light so that people can cross the road. So those are my street details. Beyond that, I did build my little police interceptor. It is quite a cool little design. It's pretty simple. It's pretty boxy, but I think it actually works pretty well. This back bit that was just sort of open, and you could see right down to the orange piece underneath that orange piece there. So I just built up a couple of little bits on top of that to hide that. It looks fits quite nicely into the road. Gives me a couple more vehicles, and now following the police motorcycle. I do have these minifigures here, so I put together all of these basic minifigures. Just random people, workers. There's some police officers at the bottom there. Just so that I can add them in. I've grabbed my big base plate of minifigures that I made before, and lots of these, and just really bring this place to life. The markets, I want to be really busy because it is a market, and it would be nice to have it to be quite busy. Lots of people responding to the scenes that are already happening. I've got these two minifigures from I think it's series 25. Hold on. Series 25, yeah. Series 25 collectible minifigures I could add as well. Ultimate Aaron, who I might keep him here, just on my desk. Maybe I'll keep him next to Gold Master Wu. And then these two figures, who are customs that I made when I was a teenager. They're meant to represent me and my best friend as Jedi. When I built a Star Wars clone base. It was very colourful. It was quite good, but just way too many colours kind of ruined the aesthetic. But these are the two characters that were meant to represent us. Yes, I have drawn on myself with a Sharpie to give myself a little fringe. That's what my hair looked like when I was a teenager, so I made it into me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to throw some minifigures in here, and we'll come back and see how lively it looks. Right, wow, there we go. Added a lot more life into the city. There is a lot more minifigures going on. I know it might not be apparent just straight up from this image, but you can see there's a big cluster over there. But we'll start up this end and work our way down. So first up, we have this young kid here who is very excited to see. I've just pinged him off halfway across the city. He's very excited to see this ice slushy truck thing. Although where his parents are to buy him one is anyone's guess. Just down there you have Misako and Legacy Lloyd. Misako is throwing something in the bin, and Legacy Lloyd, Kid Lloyd, is asking if he can get a slushie. We'll move around to the Ninjago market. So I moved Inspector Zane over here. He's looking for traces of the Cult of the Snake. I did start watching the Lego Ninjago series and reading up a lot more about the characters and the stories, just so I could try and have a bit more of a story going here. Over here we have one of the Cult of the Snake who Zane is looking for, but is sort of just around the corner of. He's getting ready to attack Aaron. It's a bit dark here. Apologies for that. He's getting ready to attack Aaron. I know that timeline might not exactly work out. I haven't finished the Lego Ninjago show yet, so that might not work out, but that is the story that I've gone with here. Up here we have, now I actually found the show that these guys are from. It was from a guy who made a Lego show called Bluntmation. This particular character is called Bob. He's from Mystery of the Bob. I believe this guy is Steve. So Bob is an alien from another planet who has come here to save the universe, essentially. But he's rather weird, and Steve just wants him to leave him alone, and he won't. So there you go, that's that little story there. Up here we have Dash from the Alpha team. Now I do have sort of like a whole thing going on with the Alpha team. So you have Dash here, you have Flex down here in the water. He's actually watching. Just down there are some Blacktron minifigures, including the Bounty Hunter. They're actually looking for someone who's impersonating Bob, like, you know, the big smiley face Bob that rules over the whole city. So they're currently surveilling him, and then over here I have Cam across the road with some binoculars. She's actually watching these smiley faces and John Wick as they check out these crates down in the markets. So that's the sort of Alpha team. That's what they're doing at the moment. On the bridge, I added a few more people. So I've got like a cowboy dude over there. I've got a Western dude stepping out of the way of this police officer. She runs in to assist McBragg with the arrest of misdemeanor. You've got one of the Exoforce dudes here. I've got a guy coming out of the Borg store with a brand new phone. What was his name? The Purple Knight from Knight's Kingdom 3? 2? 3? One of them. Then I added a couple more Ninjago figures. So I added Kai and Jay also running into the scene. I know, again, they might not match up with this version, but I do really like the minifigures and wanted to include them anyway. Down on the ground floor here, try not to cover the shadow. So we have our Blacktron meeting. You have a few more people. There's a police officer over there that's responding to the scene. Pirate grabbing something from the bakery. I don't know if I can quite get in here. You can see here there is a samurai coming out of the blacksmith with a brand new sword. And there is also Toby. He's going to be the CEO of the train company. He's just bought a bakery item as well, but he's not looking. And the samurai is too busy looking at his sword, so they're about to bump into each other, which will be fun for them. I've added Kevin Feige up here. He's watching all of the Marvel scenes unfold, sort of, you know, making sure that it's all happening as planned. And then I just added a few more people into the market. Apologies if this is a bit dark. I will be getting new lights hopefully soon. You know, got a chef walking around, you know, just a couple of random minifigures from different themes, all just enjoying themselves. Just knock someone over. Over here I've added my police interceptor and the police bike. A couple of the rescue team there are carrying the Ferrari driver away. A security guard for the Daily Bugle is trying to respond to the chaos that's happening all around him, calling it in. The Viking lady from Series 25 Minifigures has decided that she's not just going to run away. She's going to fight Sandman with Spider-Man. Back here I have two of Bob's smiley face figures. They are just sort of slyly hanging out here, watching what's going on from a distance. There's also a police officer there with a megaphone shouting for everyone to, you know, step back, get away. If I come in as close as I can here, we can see Pepper from Lego Island is bravely skating between these two cars as Captain America fights the Chitauri to deliver this pizza. Very dedicated pizza delivery boy. He'll get you your pizza come apocalypse or giant battle for New York. Over here I added a bunch of civilians sort of reacting to you know, the Chitauri and also Whiplash. So one guy's fallen over there, backing up. Another guy's tripped over as he's tried to run away. The guy in brown is pushing someone out of the way to get away. Alexander Pierce is just standing there because, you know, he's secretly Hydra, so he has nothing to worry about. And then over there, you've got Nick Fury, who's just confused. Why are all the Marvel movies happening at once? What the, you know, it's Sam L. Jackson, you know what he'd say. And then, you know, one police officer there trying to order everyone to remain calm and leave the scene immediately. And then if we come around here, in this center section here, This will be a road, but one thing I've never really seen anyone do in this city is have a section of roadworks. I mean, I'm sure someone has done it, but it's just none of the videos that I've watched have had it in, so it's something that I was going to include. But I thought, what if the roadwork secretly, led to a cavern with one of these rock monsters from Rock Raiders, and he came bursting out of the ground? So that's sort of the idea I'm going with here, sort of setting that up in advance. And you'd also have King Leo there, taking a stroll down Main Street with his guard following closely. And then I'll come around my tables, give me a moment. So here's a clearer shot of John Wick and Bob's men checking out the crates, just making sure there's nothing dodgy going on here. Over here we have two of the minifigure series. I can't remember exactly what series they were. I just call this the Super Sentai guy, because that's kind of what he is. And you've got this alien warrior who is fighting in this nice little temple area. You also have, again, a little bit dark, I'm going to push it into the lights, get a little bit of a better view. So that's me, Arathix, that's the character name, versus Vex, represents my friend. So he thinks that my character has turned to the dark side, and then we've suddenly been transported to this world, and now the first thing he does is attack me. So we're battling it out here in the Ninjago City area. You can see a bit better. There's Cole having his gaming time. I also added up here Lloyd and Master Wu jumping off the tower. I thought, I had some extra little weapons and stuff for these guys. They look really cool. I really enjoy having both of them in cool action poses. So they're up here doing their thing. And if I can get this light to come a little bit closer, I can get the light around here. There we go. There's the light. So over on this side we have, now I know he's often called Dr. Kilroy, but on Bricklink this particular version of the minifigure is called Dr. Charles Lightning, and I think that's the cooler name, so that's what I'm going to call him. I don't know if they're meant to be different characters or if they had to change the name for any reason, but Charles Lightning is a cooler name, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to call him. And Mike, they've just left the store that has lots of cool things. I think that's supposed to be the Destiny's Bounty as a model. So they were just checking it out to see if there was anything that they should get for their museum in there. Over here we have a blue smiley face guy. Now he's actually looking up here to Bob's office. There's Bob in there. He's got his Steve, the wizard, and his butler in there. And yeah, so there's a small scene going on in there, but we'll look at that later. Coming down, so at the bottom, we have these, I can't remember what the bandits are called, the ones with the bull on their shield, but they're sort of sneaking around the corner here and getting ready to attack the king further down the road. But Darth Dave, emissary of Bob, he doesn't really want the king to be attacked, especially not in the middle of the city. The king and him have a bit of an uneasy alliance, and he'd like to maintain that. So Darth Dave is dispatched. I actually have this minifigure which a long time ago I drilled a hole through, the perfect size for a lightsaber. So he is taking care of that, shall we say. And then what else have we got around here? So coming a bit further down to the roadside, you have here just an ordinary citizen walking along. Here we have two Blacktron soldiers. They have arrested King Kahuka. The islanders are not allowed in the city ever since they fought against Bob with the pirates, so they are escorting him out of the city. I also added Master Chen fighting Wolverine and Deadpool. Deadpool is actually angled so that when I'm standing here, he's looking directly up at me, being like, "What's going on? Who is this guy? Why is he fighting us?" I haven't, obviously the movie isn't out yet, but I wanted to sort of have a Deadpool 3, a Deadpool and Wolverine together. So that's what I've done there. I've added a pirate there. He's sharpening his sword on his hook because he is a bit like the Viking lady over there. He's not just going to run away. He's a pirate. He's going to fight. We've got a police officer there who is helping out the little girl who's scared. He's firing his gun rather uselessly at the giant space whale. So good for him. Nice try, but It's not. He's just got to do his best to protect the little girl. And down here in the corner, you can't really see it too well in the darkness, but there is another one of Bob's men sneaking into the Sanctum Sanctorum while everyone else is occupied. I think that's about it for the changes in minifigures that I made. I have added quite a lot. I think the streets do look a lot livelier now. It's a lot more involved. It's not just Marvel and Ninjago. There's other themes in here. There's normal people walking around. Oh yeah, I forgot. Since I added Lloyd, I put Lloyd's fan so that she's looking directly up at him. Trying to get his attention. Christina. Okay, I haven't watched the Ninjago series. So I haven't seen if she's in it and what she's like, but she's winking at him, trying to get his attention. Is my headcanon for this moment. But yeah, looking really good. And now we can move on to a couple of other bits. So first of all, let me just adjust my light. We have these 3 minifigures here. Now, one of them is official Lego, the other 2 are custom, so I'll start with the official Lego. This is the only Marvel villain that I managed to find that I needed, is Proxima Midnight from Endgame and Infinity War. So it's nice to have that, because now I have Evan Moore and her, but I still need the big fig guy. They had loads of Hulk, but obviously I have a Hulk, so couldn't manage to get much there, but good to have her. I can add her into the display. But I did get some cool custom minifigures, just the 2 though, which was, I got a Lego Chainsaw Man. It's really well done. It's custom mold for the head. That is a headpiece. It is not a hat, so it does not have a minifigure head underneath there. And then the chainsaw bits are molded to go around his arms. It is a little bit spiky, which is why I can understand if Lego made this, they wouldn't make it nearly as spiky as this. Probably a little bit more rounded. But yeah, overall really cool minifigure, quite well done, printed, not decals, so quite happy with that. The other one I got was this translucent red, trans-red alien xenomorph, which I thought was really cool. Again, all printed on to the trans-red body. The head is a custom modded piece. This neck piece extends into the tail. Overall, I just thought it was really cool, so I had to pick that up. The mouth does also move as well. But I thought that was really cool as well, so I'll get that and I can include that in the city somewhere. The only other thing I managed to find was I found a stall right at the end, literally 10 minutes before the end of closing of the event on the Sunday. I was walking back through the event and my girlfriend pointed out this stall, and it was full of retired Lego sets. I mean, there was a few non-retired Lego sets. They actually had the Ninjago City Markets and Ninjago City Gardens for sale. They also had the tumbler from Batman and a few other things. I apologise, it was so close to the end of the event that I didn't have time to get a video, but I did buy something from there. It's not super exciting, but I'm quite happy to have it, which is this Lego City Octane truck. Now, this company is called Pastoys. Now, they don't have a Bricklink store. They have sort of started up as a company that travels around to different events like Comicons, and they sell their stuff there. I did speak to the people who ran it. They said that they are going to be setting up a website. So if you're in the UK and you like retired Lego, then they might be worth checking out. I'll link their Instagram in the description below. But happy to have this. It's always nice to have a bit of Octane branding. It's a very classic brand for Lego, and to just have a bit more representation for it in the city. Eventually I will have a petrol station. The 2 petrol stations in the city there'll be an Octane one and a red rocket from Fallout. But yeah, let's build this thing and then we can add that and the custom minifigures into the city. Okay, so there it is. The Octane gas truck set 3180 is finished. I do appreciate that the set came unassembled and with the instructions, so that I could have the fun of putting it back together. I think it is part of the fun, to build these things. So it is very nice. It is, there's a little bit of scuffing on one of the stickers there on the front, and 1 or 2 of the pieces weren't in the best condition. But overall, I'm pretty happy to pick this up. Like I said, it is nice to have a little bit of Octane branding in the city. I did probably overpay a little bit. Looking on Bricklink, I probably could have picked this up a little bit cheaper, but convenience of picking it up at the event, and I know for a fact, because I have friends that have run stalls at these events before, that they do cost quite a lot of money to have a stall at these events. So I can understand the price of the set, and you're not disappointed or angry about it. I'm happy to pay that to come home and have this immediately. But yeah, so that's now constructed. The problem is now, as I don't really have any space in the roads left in the Lego City anymore. I did also place the Lego minifigures that I bought. So I don't know if we zoom in here, you can see I've popped Chainsaw Man there on top of the Burger Van, leaping into action. And then Proxima Midnight is down there. I'm just going to go over there, it'll be easier. All right, so Proxima Midnight is right there, and that is the alleyway with Vision in it. So sort of like the, not intro to Endgame, but sorry, Infinity War, the early scene where they sort of fight her and the other one in an alleyway. And then lastly, over here, I noticed that there is this dropped ice cream in the Ninjago set. And so I have the Xenomorph grabbed a child and is running off with him, and he was the owner of said ice cream. So just go back over to the desk. So that will about do it. This video is getting a bit on the long side, so I think I'm going to end it here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update. I think the city is looking a lot more full. There's a lot more interesting stories going on, a lot more mixing of different themes, and yeah, it's a bit chaotic, but I really love that. That is the kind of, this is the urban area, and when I build sort of like, the deserts and things like that, it will get a bit more sparse. But yeah, this is the urban area. I love the clashing thing. When you see in the Lego movie, the city, and in the Lego Ninjago movie, the roads, they're full of cars. There's lots of chaos going on. So that's kind of what I was going for here. And I feel like I've started to achieve that. And I'm quite happy with the results. Yeah, so I think next week I'll save some of the prototyping that I've been doing for then. What am I going to be prototyping? Well, the Avengers Tower needs a base, which is going to have the Hall of Armor in it. I need to design a sort of skeletal structure or support structure that is going to support the weight of the Avengers Tower on top of it, as well as two large floors underneath, one containing the Hall of Armor for Iron Man. And then I need to look at the floor plans for the Daredevil, or I have been looking at the floor plans for the Daredevil lawyer offices, and then I've got some base plates, and I'm just going to map out sort of like a floor plan, if you will, and then see what I'm going to do with the bottom floor, and then I can start to order pieces for that. I'm probably going to go with like a dark reddish color and get lots of the masonry bricks and 1x brick, and then start with there. But it does have this sort of like convenience store bodega type shop on the bottom corner on the exterior, so we'll figure all of that out as we do some prototyping for both of those. When I get paid next, I'll be hopefully buying another Daily Bugle, so we can double that up, which has been a long time coming, and get some better lighting in here. As you can see, it's very dark. We need better lights. These lamps are awkward to keep moving, and they don't go high enough to get the desired light coverage that I need. And it would be nice, if we could fully see all the cool details. But thanks for bearing with me through this, and I do hope that you're starting to see what I am trying to create with this city, just to be my own kind of thing. And yeah, so if you liked this video and you like where this is heading, please don't forget to give us a like, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on. And yeah, stay cool, keep building, and I'll see you next time.